Hey guys. So, something pretty big went down today, and I'm sure you've seen it. But Charlie Kirk was shot and killed today while debating students at Utah. And it's surreal. He might have been one of, if not the most influential figure in this generation. He was an evangelical Christian, a husband, a father, and he was willing to go to some of the places where Satan might be the most present in college campuses and debate people, help them try to figure out where their worldviews are and tell them his opinion, tell them why their opinion, or their take has flaws. And I'm not saying that his take was perfect, right? I'm not saying that anyone's opinion is perfect. But he was willing to go there and debate them. He used Bible verses, he used history, he used everything to try to reach these students. And he was killed for it. Killed for having an opinion. Killed for willing to try to reach people. What has society come to? That we're killing people for having an opinion and trying to reach it. What has society come to that we're rejoicing that a human life was taken? That a husband, a brother, a son, a father was taken. His kids are going to grow up without a father. And they're really young. They're not going to remember him. Sure, they'll have people who are father figures in their life, but they're not going to remember their father, who was one of the best men to walk the earth in this day and age. I don't care if you disagreed with him. I don't care if you hated him. But do you really have to be rejoicing and cheering that he's gone? Because that's not okay. A human life was lost. It's disgusting. It truly, truly is. And society's come to that point. Humanity, as a whole, needs Jesus now more than ever. Look at what we've been going through in the world recently. Ukraine and Russia, Gaza, the Trump assassination attempts, the Charlie Kirk assassination, everything. Society needs to turn back to Jesus, because without him, we're lost. Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life. And we just lost someone who believed that and wasn't afraid to share it. Even if you don't believe in Jesus, even if you don't want to, I encourage you to try. Read the Bible. Go to a church sermon, because he will change your life. I've been a Christian my whole life, and he's changed mine more times than I can count. Saved me more times than I can count from the sins I've committed, from the times I wanted to end it. He was there. He placed people in my life that helped me. And he can do the same for you. And I want to call on society as a whole, to anyone who's afraid to believe, who believes but not sure what, who doesn't believe at all, or even people who believe. Everyone. Don't let Charlie Kirk's death be in vain. Let us light a fire that if we live in a world where we're killing people for willing to speak up, then that's wrong. That's horrible. And this isn't the first time this has happened in history. Martin Luther King Jr. was assassinated for speaking up. JFK. We've had influential figures in history be assassinated. But this is the first one in my generation. So maybe that's why it hits different for me. And maybe that's why it hits different for a lot of you. Because I know a majority of the people who are online are in the younger generations who didn't see a lot of people get assassinated. And it's awful. It's truly horrible. But this is what we've come to. And another thing I'm going to say is I wouldn't have expected this to happen in Utah. Maybe in a bigger, more liberal city or state like Detroit or New York. But in Utah, this shows another how society's become so acclimated to hating people who believe differently. I can name one polite conversation I've had with someone who has a different political viewpoint than me about politics. Where we've had a conversation about politics and we didn't hate each other afterward, we had a nice conversation. That's about 2 more than most people can say. Why are we so unwilling to hear what someone of a different viewpoint has to say? And I know that there are probably going to be people here who don't have my political viewpoint or never agreed with Charlie Kirk and never liked him. And that's okay. But let's not let the death of a good man be in vain. Let's not let the death of a husband, of a father, of a son be in vain. Because Charlie Kirk was someone I personally strive to be like, who not just talked the talk, but he walked the walk as well. He went around and prophesied. He told people exactly what the gospel said. But let this light a fire that we're not going to let this happen again. We're not going to let another good man be taken like this again. Because Charlie Kirk, gone too soon, age 31. Rest in peace. And prayers to the Kirk family.